Welcome, and thank you for joining us in the studio. Today we're breaking down a simple Japanese formula that can help you find your purpose. And without...
let me call you back. Am I late?
Yes.
One second, I'll get ready. But first, roll the intro.
We're creative weirdos on a mission to make personal growth fun.
Every week, we create videos to help you become happier through the ups and downs of life.
We're Stan Rach, and this is Soul Ride.
Woo! Sti, how would you like to have a formula to happiness?
Well, that would be quite something, Rachel.
Well, what if I told you there's an island in Japan that has found the hack to happiness and fulfillment?
Sign me up. I'm in.
Well, let's take a look.
Alright, Japan is home to some of the greatest inventions in the history of the world. Sushi, Nintendo, and of course, my childhood obsession, Pokemon. But what you might not know is the invention of the Ikigai formula, which originates in Okinawa, a Japanese island that hosts some of the world's oldest, healthiest, and happiest humans. So, what's their secret? Well, you probably guessed it. Many of the centenarians of Okinawa attribute their long and happy lives to Ikigai. Ikigai translates to a reason for being, and the Japanese believe that in order to be happy, you need to spend your time doing something with Ikigai. You need to have a purpose in life. Now, according to the American Psychosomatic Society, a high sense of purpose is associated with a reduced risk for mortality and cardiovascular accidents. Essentially, waking up every morning with a clear purpose decreases your daily stress and chances of illness. And that's why the Okinawans claim to have lived so well and so long.
I'm sorry. I'm not so convinced. Find your purpose, it's a bit fluffy, am I right, people? It's like saying Mary Poppins has found the purpose of life. It's called supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
You totally interrupted the guy. You want to embarrass me in front of live television?
Sorry, apologies. Continue.
Finding your purpose is a lot easier said than done, but the Japanese built a practical model that can help you navigate and gain clarity on the right direction for you. The Ikigai model is made up of 4 questions. What do you love doing? What are you good at? What does the world need? And what can you get paid for? Your Ikigai, or your purpose, is found in the intersection of those 4 questions. It's important that your Ikigai ticks all the 4 circles, otherwise the Japanese believe you will never be fully happy. The useful thing about this model is that you can tell where you are in life and what you need to work on. If all you have is something you love and are good at, you have a passion. So you might be an aspiring musician who needs to put more effort in marketing themselves to get paid for their skills. On the other hand, if you have something that you love and the world needs, you only have a mission. If you're paid well and are doing something the world needs, you have a vocation. And finally, if you have something you're good at and are paid well for, then you have a profession. What's stopping you from happiness is that you don't love your work, or you don't see how you can make a difference. So you need to experiment with new things and figure out what you love doing. And that's the power of Ikigai.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Apologies again for interrupting. But you know we like to get extra practical over here. So for those of you who would like to try this method,
and we highly recommend it because honestly it really helps both of us find our purpose.
We have a special guest live from the University of Glitter Sitter. We have Professor Pounce, who will explain how you can go about solving the Ikigai formula. Hi everybody, pleasure to see you. Stay. Did she just wink at you?
No, there was a fly in the room. Did you not see it? Professor Pounce, there was a fly.
Moving on, we know using this model can be a bit confusing, so I'm going to take you through a quick step-by-step guide that I've prepared. I recommend you to take out a journal, a piece of paper, or you can even use the digital template that we've provided in the description below. Okay, let's get into it. Step 1 is to create 4 sections. These will represent the 4 circles that you see in the Ikigai model. Step 2, write the headers. What do you love? What are you good at? What does the world need? And what can you get paid for? Step 3, fill in the sections. Try to take at least 5 minutes for each. In case you're struggling with any of these questions, here are some prompts to help you with each one. For what do you love, you can also ask yourself, what do you never get bored of? What gets you in the flow that you lose track of time when you do it? And what's something that gets you excited every time you think about it? For this section, you can also reflect on, What skill have you been spending time to practice? What do people look to you for help with? And finally, is there anything you want to be great at? Here you can ask yourself, what have you been paid for before? What would you be doing if you're not in your current job? And also, what do you want to get paid for? Thinking of what the world needs can be a little overwhelming, so start by thinking of your immediate world instead. What are some issues you are currently facing? How are the people around you like? What do they need? How can you contribute to create a positive effect on those around you? Once you've done this, go back through each section and see if there's anything that you would like to add. Quick tip, if you feel stuck with answering what are you good at or what do you love, try and ask some close friends or even family about it. Alright, finally, step 4, find your Ikigai. It's pretty simple. Find one thing that is common in all 4 sections. In this case, it would be writing fun, meaningful stories, which is actually a simplified version of our Ikigai. And just to give you an idea of how we're executing on it, well, 1, we started a social media agency where we share our clients' stories in a creative and meaningful way. 2, we launched this YouTube channel to share value-driven, fun content that hopefully inspires you and that can grow into an impactful community of like-minded friends. And that's a wrap! Live from Glitter City University, I'm Professor Pounce, and this is how you can find your Ikigai.
Thank you very much, Professor Pounce. That was really helpful. But we'd like to point out one thing and get real with you for a second. Whoa, nice transition, girl. Alright, so it's safe to say that a few years ago we both felt a little stuck in life,
yeah,
right?
I mean, at least I really didn't feel fulfilled with what I was doing.
Yeah, and it was at that time that we discovered the Ikigai model, and it quickly made us realize that we were both missing passion for our work. So, after reflecting on all the 4 sections, we decided to make some changes. Besides restructuring our social media agency, we also decided to launch this channel because we love telling stories that are fun and impactful and allow us to connect with like-minded people.
But this process took us a while. For us, it was months of reflection and experimentation before we could really pinpoint what we wanted to do.
Facts.
So if you're struggling to find the answers right away, it's okay. Remember that finding your Ikigai is a constant process and it requires hard work. You have to be able to ask yourself the tough questions and answer them honestly. Also be open to trying new things because you never know how much you love something until you actually try it.
Also, we believe that your purpose in life is not fixed forever. It evolves as you evolve and it might change over time. So don't feel pressured to find the answers immediately. And feel free to do this exercise as many times as you want. We hope this video helps you find your Ikigai, and we would love to hear from you guys when you do.
Also, if you found this video helpful, we would love for you to share it with a like-minded friend.
Pretty please!
And with that being said, we'll see you on the next episode, and don't forget, dare to be happy!